Hi everyone, it's Mindy Eggen and welcome back to my channel. I have some really fun things to share with you today, starting with this pumpkin shaker card. So I will walk you through how I stenciled the background, how I created that shaker card, and then be sure to stick around because I have some bonus inspiration for you at the end. Now let's take a look at the supplies I'm using today, which is a mix of new and previously released. First is the pumpkin face shaker, which is brand new. Halloween caramel apples, I'm just using the bats there. And then previously released, I'm using spooky trees, Halloween greetings, and stitched torn rectangles die. The first thing that I'm going to do is create my background. So I have a piece of Orchid Cardstock. This is from Spellbinders. I place that down onto a sticky mat. The sticky mat is super helpful with a stencil like this. This is the Spooky Trees, which was previously released, I believe maybe last year. So I place that over my cardstock, and the sticky mat is going to help hold my stencil in place. Then I'm going to come over the top using medium orchid ink from Gina K Designs. It is a great match to this color of cardstock. I'm just using a blending brush and applying that color. And I do also kind of help hold my stencil in place. Some of those areas like to kind of move a little bit. So having your hand there does help kind of keep all that together. I'll then go ahead and die cut this out using the torn or stitched torn rectangles. I thought that was a fun play on the edges for my Halloween themed card. And now I want to add some splattering. And I did the die cutting first and then the splattering, so I didn't transfer any of these splatters to my cutting plates. And I'm using a mix of white speckle and black acrylic speckle. I do dry it in between so I don't contaminate the white with any of the black, and then I will let that dry. While this is drying, we are going to work on our pumpkin face shaker card. There's numerous ways to do a shaker card. I'm going to start off first with die cutting some elements. So I did the bats from a black glitter cardstock and also the pumpkin face from black glitter cardstock. And then I have the vine, the stem, and the leaf. I'm using basil and parsley cardstock. And then for my pumpkin, I'm using sweet mango. And I will have all of those supplies linked down below in the video description. You're going to first need a base. So that's that piece that I have there. It's just got a stitched edge. That's our base for our shaker. I also use that same piece to die cut out some acetate for the window for our shaker. To create my frame, I'm going to line up both pieces of these pumpkins. Make sure they line up perfectly. If you have it upside down, you're going to notice that it's not lined up real great. So make sure it's all facing the right way. And then I'm holding that down with Post-it tape. Now, what I'm hoping is that my Post-it tape lasts and stays together so I can keep these all the same size. I run that through the die cut machine. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And this is going to create our frame. So we're going to build up our well using cardstock. You can use some thin double-sided adhesive strips, but sometimes with these thin of a frame, I like to just die cut multiple pieces of cardstock. And my Post-it tape did hold together enough so that I could just keep those frames together and die cut these so they're all the same width. Now I'm going to go through and attach these together using some liquid glue. I like to work on a media grip mat, any type of silicone mat to help catch some of the excess glue, and a fine tip bottle of glue really helps with this as well. So while I'm working on this, let me tell you a little about this video. This is a part of a video hop. So there are other participants. I will have them linked down below in the video description, sharing inspiration from the brand new release from Pretty Pink Posh. And we also have a giveaway for a $20 gift certificate to Pretty Pink Posh. So be sure to leave a comment to be entered. I have all of those details listed down below. Now, while I was chit-chatting, I did go ahead and add my acetate behind one of those panels. So make sure you leave one of those frames available to add the acetate to. And then I can add that to my stacked pieces. So that creates our shaker well for all of our bits. I like to use something heavy like an acrylic block or even your phone to place on top to really let that sit because liquid glue does take a little longer to dry on top of acetate. While all of that is drying, I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment. This is also from a previously released stamp set called Halloween Greetings. The reason I wanted this particular sentiment is because it was just one line and it also had a coordinating die. but there are lots of great sentiment sets that have been released with the August 2026 release. And I am going to use one more. I'm going to pull it in here. I forgot to mention it in the beginning. We're going to stamp an extra little greeting in just a second. In the meantime, I'm going to add some of these really fun clay confetti mix from Pretty Pink Posh along with some gold sparkly stars to create our shaker. Once I have a nice amount in there, I will add the liquid glue around the edge and then place my backer piece over the top. Again, make sure that your bumps on your pumpkins are matching. I did at first have it the wrong way and then had to turn it. So I had a little bit of excess glue there, but now we have a completed shaker well. So let's go ahead and finish our background with our additional sentiment. I used the Spooktacular as a guide to stamp the word greetings right underneath. And I did have to stamp it multiple times. I should have stamped this first before adding my splatter. It still works out, but the stamping doesn't like to go over the top of splatter. So I have a little bit of a blotchiness there, but we can still read that sentiment pretty good. I'm going to pop up my panel by attaching some foam tape to the back, and then I will remove the backing of that foam tape and place this on top of black cardstock that is cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm attaching my little vine piece to the back of my shaker panel, so I added a little bit of liquid glue and kind of placed my shaker over the top of that to pick it up. I'll add the liquid glue on the back right where that stem is going to go, so I can just kind of flip that over and line that up. So that is in the back of the shaker panel. Then I added liquid glue to the back of the entire thing and placing this onto my card front. Then I will be taking that die cut sentiment. I placed some thin foam squares behind it and I'm propping that up towards the top so I have my greetings underneath and that Spooktacular is nice and centered. Now I can start filling in my background and creating the face for my pumpkin. So I love these bats. This is from the Caramel Apple set, I believe, and they're just great fillers for your background. Plus, when you do it out of black glitter cardstock, it just adds even more sparkle. I have my pumpkin face. There are 2 styles for the pumpkin face shaker. Mine's going to be a little on the spooky side, so I just flip my triangles upside down. Again, you're going to want to let this sit for a little bit because liquid glue does take a little bit longer to dry on top of acetate. So don't forget to leave comments along the video hop today to be entered into the giveaway and check out all of the rest of the amazing inspiration. There's also going to be blog hops and Instagram hops, and I'm going to share with you some more inspiration that I created with this release. This completes my pumpkin face shaker card. I love all the Halloween bits in there and that little bit of extra sparkle. I hope these tips that I shared today while creating this card help you when you start making your fun shaker cards. Now let's take a look at some more inspiration using the August 2026 release from Pretty Pink Posh. Yes, it is a lot of fall and Halloween themed products, but there are some really good staples in this release. So I will be sharing some of these projects in future videos, blog hops, and Instagram hops. All of the supplies are linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. Thank you so much for joining me today.